So today we're once again gonna go through the like switch by Schafer and another person, and unfortunately they weren't actually, or this other person wasn't actually talked about in this little title thing there above and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, it is two people that have written this book. This is what I want to point out. So, and we're gonna go ahead with chapter 3, the golden rule of friendship. And I really am looking forward to going through that, because I believe that being able to, let people like you and being able to be a social person and being able to make friends relatively easily, I think is a very good skill, and it's a very amazing skill. And yeah, we will see. And I think it is also a pretty handy skill. I mean, it is something that we all can use. It is something that we all can, quote unquote, take advantage of and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it is cool. I think it is amazing, and I am really looking forward to it. And I also hope that I'm going to share some things that you are contributing of as well. So yeah, chapter 3, the golden rule of friendship. Golden rule of friendship: if you want people to like you, make them feel good about themselves, which I think is a tremendously good idea, actually. It just really makes sense. People tend to gravitate towards people who make them happy and distance themselves from people who make them feel pain. Techniques to make people feel good about themselves: empathetic statements. These keep the focus of the conversation on the person you're talking with rather than on yourself. Which, by the way, is something that I in general like to do. Like, I in general enjoy letting people talk, especially also because, I mean, of course, sometimes I feel like, I would like to say something and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, I know my stuff. I know what I have to talk about. I know what I could be talking about, and so many different things. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so why should I talk? What's the point in me talking when I know what's going on already and stuff like that? So it is amazing to just hear other people's stories and hear other people's thoughts and how they are dealing with things and what experiences they have made and how they have, as I said, dealt with those experiences and those good and bad things and what they have all experienced. There's a lot of amazing stuff that people are talking about or could be talking about. Remember that I've forgotten about taking a shower in my plan today. But yeah, anyway. These keep the focus. Oh, a great way to start an empathetic statement is with "so you." Definite line separates flattery from confidence. The purpose of compliments is to praise others and acknowledge their accomplishments. You can use third-party compliments to compliment the person and take credit for it, making him feel good even if you didn't say it. Which I think is amazing. Cashing in on third-party compliments in the workplace is very effective. Words cannot change reality, but words can change how someone perceives reality. Words create filters through which people see the world around them. And it is just something that I in general like to do. The only problem is that I kind of tend to overdo it with compliments and being like, wow, I do have a big problem with complimenting somebody's looks, since I believe that it is something that's very cliche, especially when it is about a woman or a girl. And I tend to not like that. But I very recently, actually, it's been yesterday, I think, been in a position, or today. I think it's been today again. But I've been in a position of feeling the need of actually doing that, of actually saying like, wow, you actually look pretty good, because I thought about it and I've been thinking about it for just quite some time. And I know that it lets people feel good, but it obviously comes up to who you are, how you're perceived by this other person, and how, I think, often and how you're saying it. Because if you're just doing it too often, as I tend to do it, actually, even though I just mean it in a very friendly way, I just mean it in the way I'm saying it. I mean, like, if I feel just that you're looking good and that I like something that you're wearing, then it is actually the case. It's not like that I have some thoughts and whatnot. I don't know. The first thing that I think about, wow, okay, actually looks cool. Then I think, well, I could actually say it to you. I could actually just tell it to this person and say it to this person, because it's probably going to make this person feel good. On the other hand, I then also feel like, well, they're gonna like me more, of course. Kind of. There's always something like that, and I do not even want to neglect to say that. I do not even want to neglect this facet. But yeah. So in general, I also believe that words can really change how people see reality and how people feel and all sorts of things. But just saying. The primacy effect is sending a message that will predispose somebody to see someone else in a way that you want them to be perceived. Be careful, because the primacy effect can cut both ways and influence your own thinking and also beliefs. The Ben Franklin effect: asking someone for a favor will make them like you more. Asking someone for a favor. Well, it is actually something that's actually very interesting. You know, could you please do this for me? Could you just, well, yeah, anyway. When you employ the golden rule of friendship, it encourages reciprocity. I just love this book so much. Just only because, you know, the main reason is actually that I know that I can, and I'm already having it in my hands, some ways on how I could actually use those techniques and those things, not necessarily to just make my life better, I guess, but I think it is also making other people's life better, you know, those people around me. And this is actually a very big thing for me. I don't want to die and be remembered as a person that I don't want to be remembered for. I don't want to be remembered as a bad person. Yeah. If I'm on the right track, I don't know. I can't tell. In some people's minds, probably I am. In some other people's minds, probably not really. So yeah. Chapter 4, the laws of attraction. The law of similarity and common ground. People are attracted to other people who share their interests. Look for potential commonalities when you see people. Vicarious experiences, living out an experience or lifestyle through another person, which is something that's actually pretty amazing. This attribution, being at the right place at the right time. When they feel good because of a place or experience, they tend to attribute that feeling to the person they were with. You can use misattribution by organizing a fun activity with someone or people to get them to like you. Use misattribution by being in close proximity with someone after a workout when endorphins are released or after frightening experiences. Well, I don't know how easy this is to just be used, but it's interesting. The law of curiosity. Curiosity can be used as a book to increase intensity and pique a person's interest in you. The principle of reciprocity. Once a person discovers another person likes them, they find that person more attractive. The law of self-disclosure, which, by the way, I do want to quickly talk about the principle of reciprocity, and I want to repeat it once again. Once a person discovers another person likes them, they find that person more attractive. And I do kind of want to point out that, yeah, it is somehow the case. I don't know why. Maybe this is just our animal brain being like, wow, you know, there is an opportunity for us to reproduce, so why just don't take it? And stuff like that. So I do actually have a pretty good feeling that it is going into such a direction. I don't really want to say that I'm just really sure about that or something, but yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. Let's see. The law of self-disclosure. Individuals who disclose more personal information with others are more likely to do the same. Who disclose what? Or disclose, disclose. Reveal. So individuals who reveal more personal information with others or to others are more likely to do the same. And yeah, I know the funny thing is that I've experienced it today actually. I've been talking to a guy that I've recently met, or yeah, quite. Do you say met? Well, I'm actually not sure. But the thing is, I don't know. Like, I was very interested in his story and stuff, and so it got actually quite personal. I liked it, but I also tend to, or try to be, and also think about the consequences there. But I try to be very, very, how do you actually say it? So I keep a close eye on that. You know, I do not really want to overdo it because I know that these are sensitive things, especially when it is about something that's very personal and stuff like that. So I really try to not overdo it, and I always try to over communicate that it is fine for me if this person just does not really want to talk about that, just because it is. You know, it's not like, I don't know, just really because it is. I'm just interested, but I don't want anybody to feel bad, and I don't want anybody to kind of, and this is something that I'm actually feared of, to just remember things and re-experience things actually, you know, which I think can be the case, and I really do not want to have that. Law of personal attractiveness. Attractiveness is not absolute. You can become more or less attractive with effort. Yeah. The law of humor. Individuals who use humor in social encounters are perceived as more likable. Laughing also releases endorphins and also signifies if the person likes someone by how much they laugh at their jokes. The law of familiarity. The more we meet and interact with people, the more likely we are to become friends. Which I do think kind of makes sense somehow. The law of association. Impressions of the individual is largely assessed by the impression of their group. The law of self-esteem. People like to associate with individuals who display a high level of self-esteem. Maybe just because it kind of lets them feel more self-esteem themselves. I don't know. It's true that many women again a sense of self-esteem and social status through display of physical beauty, youthfulness, and relationship with others. Male contestants on game shows tend to describe themselves by their occupation. Does this mean their job? Am I right? Yeah. Female contestants characterize themselves by their relationships. You know, if I'm saying like, okay, you know, I'm a graphic designer, okay, this is definitely an occupation. But are they like, you know, I'm married to a doctor? I don't know. Like, it could be the case, but it is actually never ever something that I enjoy that much, because I feel like, well, you are a woman and you can do amazing shit, and there is a lot of women that are doing amazing shit, and I appreciate that so much. Because it just shows things. It just shows, okay, we all are capable of doing, no matter what fucking gender you are. You know, we all are capable of doing something fucking amazing, and we all are fucking able to just build a company, or just build a brand, or design something amazing, or say something amazing, or be the president of some country and whatnot. So, I don't know. Like, it always makes me quite happy to see when women are standing up for themselves. But I do really want to point out, it should, you know, I think the way people are doing certain things does communicate quite a lot of things. So you could interpret a lot of things into that, and I'm also just not gonna precise that or something. But yeah, I appreciate that if you're a woman and you're just really trying shit and you're trying to do something amazing. I heavily appreciate that. You know, we need more of you, and I am actually sometimes very, very pissed off by the amount of men that I'm seeing in certain areas. You know, also when it comes to books, it might also be just due to me. Maybe I'm biased to just pick, you know, men as authors. I don't know. It could be the case. High status women usually try to couple with high status men. The law of availability and scarcity. People are attracted to individuals and things they cannot readily obtain. And it is, yes, it is just the case. And I tend to neglect that. I tend to not be willing to see that, yeah. It is, I don't know, like, I think it is a common quote-unquote mistake that I'm doing all the time. Because I don't know, like, I really just also kind of like to show my interest, but I just know that is the case. I just know that showing too much interest is going to lower the amount of interest the other person has. It is a fucked up thing, and it is some bullshit, but yeah, it is just somehow the case. But of course, I mean, how much is it? Well, I do just want to quickly go through the rest of it, and then I'm going to talk about my thoughts on this specific thing. So yeah, a certain level of unavailability will make you more of a mystery and a challenge. Increased restraint, increased drive. Increased restraint, increased drive. The law of personality. Extroverts versus introverts. Knowing the other person's personality type will help you dissipate what to expect in terms of your interaction with them. One technique to identify an extrovert is to begin a sentence and pause. The extrovert will generally complete the sentence, whereas the introvert will not. The law of complementary, giving compliments. Oh yeah, I see. The problem that I'm having with, okay, you know, I'm gonna make myself attractive or a mysterious person by just not showing my interest. The problem that I'm having with it is that, okay, you could be doing this. You could be doing this, and I've also thought about that. So you could be doing this. But what if you just show your interest then? Is this person then just gonna immediately dislike you or something? You know, just because you're showing your interest after like a month of not showing your interest? Does this then really make sense? You know, and I kind of feel like that there might be more to it, you know, more of a technique part or more of a technique aspect to that, so that it actually also kind of works. But I don't know. Like, as I said, and I know that it is a mistake, and I know that in terms of especially love relationships, or just quote unquote getting into it, even though it's not necessarily what I'm trying to do, being a more mysterious person is just a good thing, but I don't really know how to maybe execute that. And I also like to show my interest, and I also like to be like, wow, just I actually really like you because of this and that reason, because I know once again that it's probably gonna make people feel good about themselves. It's probably gonna make people feel good about who they are. But you know, in the end, it's kind of, I think, a good example of being a nice person and then kind of getting fucked for it. You know, you're nice and you're just trying to be nice and you're trying to make people feel good, and in return you don't get quite anything. You know, sometimes it doesn't actually have to be the case. Sometimes it is totally great to just show your interest and maybe not be that mysterious. But I don't know. On the other hand, I do also want to say that you shouldn't be nice and you shouldn't be a nice person just for the sake of getting something back. Being a nice person and just saying nice things is going to make you feel good. And this is also one of the main reasons why I'm doing it. I know, wow, okay, this is going to make this other person feel pretty amazing about themselves or about him or herself. So yeah, so I'm going to say that. But yeah, it is a strange thing. It really is. Just in general, the whole being nice thing, there is, yeah, there is quite a lot to that, I want to say. And you know, there's quite a lot of nuances to that. There's quite a lot of things to that, which, yeah, it's a difficult thing, you know. And the whole chasing thing, like, you know, I'm chasing you and she's chasing me if I just don't chase her, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it could be the case, and yeah, but I don't know. Just, it doesn't feel that right for me. Just does not feel that right for me. Not entirely. And of course, I mean, it might work, and it is probably gonna work because I've just seen it so often right now. I mean, this summary and the summary that I've been going through before also was talking about that, another thing as well. So in general, showing interest is kind of the, at least not all the time. Maybe I'm just also overdoing it. This could also be the case. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. I am probably overdoing it. Let's put it like that. It is a strange thing. It really is. It really is a strange thing. But what I want to point out and what I want to say, and this is going to be my last words, I want people to feel good. Of course, I might not be always that good at it. And especially in very recent times, I feel like that I could be doing a better job with that, you know, being a nicer person, because maybe I just don't feel it. You know, maybe I am, but I just don't feel it. But I really try to be. I should really work on that a little bit. But yeah, we all can be nice people, but we shouldn't expect to get anything back. If you believe in karma, you probably get something back in terms of karma. If you don't, then yeah, I don't know. But I do also want to point out that there is a border between, okay, being a nice person and yeah, I mean, being a nice person and also standing up for yourself. You know, you should also, I think, have the energy and the possibility to do that. You know, you shouldn't be somebody's slave. You shouldn't be just doing what anybody's saying or just doing what you think this person is expecting you to do and stuff like that. So this is also kind of the wrong thing to do. Yeah, even though sometimes to decide like, okay, should I still be doing this, even though it's not really kind of playing into my moral codes or ethics, whatnot, but I know that it is going to be something good for this person. I'm going to help this person out. I don't know. I mean, it is definitely something that you have to decide on yourself and you have to decide on your own. But I do just really want to point out once again that being a nice person is fucking cool. And it is also going to make you fucking feel good about yourself. And I do believe that it is one of the most important things there is, you know, feeling good about yourselves and, yeah, and being a nice person. Like, I don't know. I just really try to be as sincere as I can be. I might just be overdoing it. And very important as well, I probably am. I probably am mixing up with some other things that you can be. So being nice doesn't mean that you should be giving compliments, for example, to a person, as I've been talking about before, all the time. This does not have anything to do with being nice, but I think you can be nice, but you can also be something else, which is nice as a basis, but the very top thing, which is then you in the end. You know, it's based on being kind and nice, but in the end it's turning out to be something that's actually not good. You know, being, I don't know, actually, for example, not just caring about yourself enough, which is probably based on being kind and a nice person, being empathetic and just trying to make other people feel good. But then on top of that, or just this grows and leads to, okay, not actually being there for yourself enough, for example. But yeah, long story short, please be nice, but please also balance it. Balance it better than I'm doing it. I'm just not balancing it that well. And yeah. Anyway, I wish you the best health of happiness and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person. Yeah. But ending this with a good note, motherfucker, it shouldn't be just that negative sometimes. I wish you best health of happiness and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 questions that I'm having for you are: why are you? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully gonna show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. Yeah. One last question that I'm having for you is: what could you essentially say to another person that is really going to change their life? Because I believe that we all can say something that is indeed going to change how somebody's life is, to the better and also to the worse. But I really, really, really want to point out, please try to do it towards the good in life. Try to make them feel better about themselves, but what they do. If it is something great, if it is something fucked up, please tell them. It's not about lying there. It's not about just kind of making reality better and just not that bad as it is. And you know what I mean. Just be honest. You know, honesty is also a very big thing in my life. But yeah, anyway, I wish you the best. Thank you very much, and I hope that you are safe and fine. And from the bottom of my heart, please be safe and fine. I hope that for you and your family and your loved ones. I hope you all are fine. But yeah, with that being said, bye-bye.